You know that feeling, right? Calling customer service, getting stuck in that endless phone menu loop, option after option, maybe a dead end, repeating yourself over and over. It's just, draining. Honestly, it feels a bit Kafkaesque sometimes, and it's a real drag on businesses too.
Oh, absolutely. It costs time, money, customer goodwill. And, for the leaders listening, that kind of operational friction, that's exactly why we need to look differently at automation now. We're really past the stage of just simple chatbots.
Exactly. That's what we're getting into today. AI agents. And these aren't just static response systems. Think of them more like a digital workforce. Autonomous workers that can actually do things.
Right. They can execute complex tasks, connect across different systems, even make decisions based on what they've learned. They don't need coffee breaks.
Ah, true. So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear then. Cut through the noise, the hype.
Yeah, and really pinpoint where these AI agents are making a tangible difference, where they're actually, moving the needle for your business. We want to focus on real-world applications, especially thinking about the Canadian context.
Okay, let's dive in. Where better to start than the most obvious place, maybe? Customer experience.
Customer service, yeah, it's the heavy hitter. The first big win is just availability, pure 24/7 reliability. Think about it. Someone in Vancouver has an issue at 2 a.m. They don't want to wait until morning on the East Coast.
Right. An agent can provide help instantly.
Exactly. Instant resolution. Unlike humans sometimes, these agents don't have off days, they don't get tired, they don't accidentally transfer you into oblivion.
But it's more than just being always on, isn't it?
Yeah.
It actually changes what the human team does.
That's the crucial insight from the sources, yeah. We saw data, I think it was TD Bank's virtual assistant,
Yeah.
handling something like over 1.5 million conversations a month.
Wow, 1.5 million.
Wow. Yeah, it's a huge volume. So what does that mean? It means the human agents aren't bogged down answering, what's my balance or where do I mail this form? The AI handles all that repetitive, simple stuff.
Okay, so if the agent takes the low-hanging fruit, the simple queries, what's left for the people?
They get to focus on the high-value work, the stuff that actually needs a human. Empathy, complex problem solving, building relationships. Think about guiding someone through, say, retirement planning or sorting out a really tricky mortgage situation. That's where humans shine.
So the agent makes the human touch strategic, not just mandatory for every little thing.
You got it. That distinction is really key.
All right, so that's customer service, handling volume, making things efficient.
Yeah.
Let's shift to sales and marketing. This feels more like that Amazon effect, where they seem to know what you want.
Yeah, it's about personalization at scale.
Wow.
The agent is constantly analyzing data clicks, past purchases, browsing behavior, you name it, millions of data points. And it uses that to personalize recommendations in real time, nurture leads way faster than a person could juggle.
And this is where the Canadian angle gets really interesting, right? It's not just about swapping English for French.
No, definitely not. The sources really stress this. A good AI agent operating in Canada needs to switch languages smoothly, sure, mid-conversation even, keeping context. But crucially, it also needs to understand regional nuances, consumer habits, preferences. They're different in Quebec versus Alberta, right?
Absolutely. Weather, culture, local events.
All of it. So the agent can tailor an offer that feels genuinely local, genuinely relevant, even if it's part of a national campaign.
Do we have a specific example of that kind of hyper-personalization paying off? Something concrete?
We do. There was a Montreal-based retailer mentioned. They used AI agents specifically designed to listen to conversational cues, real-time, and match products. The result, a 34% higher conversion rate. That's significant.
34%. That's not just a small tweak.
No, it's proof that this isn't just a fancy chatbot. It's an autonomous worker analyzing input and taking direct sales action. That's a real competitive advantage.
Okay, moving beyond the customer side then. Let's talk internal stuff. Managing the chaos that comes with running a business. Operations.
Right, operations and supply chain. This is where the agent part, the autonomy, really comes into play. Canadian businesses know this pain well, right? Supply chain disruptions from weather, border delays, supplier issues. It's constant.
Oh yeah, the infamous blizzard factor, especially out west.
Exactly. So these agents are monitoring everything. Inventory levels, weather forecasts, even geopolitical events that might cause ripples. They predict delays before they become massive problems. The sources show they can automatically reroute shipments or line up backup carriers, all without needing a human to step in immediately.
So while you're maybe in a management meeting, the agent could be quietly fixing 3 potential crises.
Potentially, yes. Solving problems that might otherwise blow up hours later.
That proactive capability is fascinating. Is there a specific case study that illustrates that really well?
There was a good one about a distributor in Winnipeg. They used AI agents to track severe weather forecasts, but not just to send alerts. The agent automatically adjusted delivery schedules based on predicted snowstorms and road closures before the trucks were even loaded.
Smart. So what was the impact?
They reported 40% fewer angry customer calls about late deliveries during those tough winter months. 40%. Think about the headaches saved for the operations team, let alone the improved customer satisfaction. The agent just handled it.
That's huge. Reducing that kind of internal noise, that friction, is incredibly valuable. Okay, let's talk about another internal burden. Compliance, regulations, especially in finance or insurance. It's a minefield.
It is. And what's interesting is how the sources described agents in this context, like obsessive about rules and perfect record keeping. It's not just ticking boxes. A smart AI agent uses machine learning to spot anomalies, things that look out of place, flag unusual activity. And crucially, they maintain perfect, always verifiable audit trails. They don't have an off day where they might miss something critical.
Okay, that sounds great. But I have to ask the obvious question.
Right.
What about liability? If the agent makes a mistake, flags someone wrongly, denies a claim based on a faulty pattern, who's responsible?
That's absolutely the right question. And leaders must ask it. Implementation needs strong oversight, especially early on. A human in the loop for validation is key during training. But when done right, the benefit seems to outweigh the risk. Take the Calgary Insurance Company example.
Right. What did they find?
They used agents to analyze claim patterns and managed to reduce processing fraud by 60%. 60. Because the agent could spot subtle deviations that human reviewers under normal workloads just wouldn't catch.
Yeah.
It acts like this tireless, impartial investigator, makes the whole process much more robust.
60% is a massive reduction in fraud.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pivot again. Internal transformation, but focused on the people. Burnout, bureaucracy, HR comes to mind.
Human resources. Look, nobody gets into HR because they dream of sifting through hundreds of near-identical resumes, right? Or answering the same question about vacation policy for the 10th time that week.
Probably not.
AI agents can take on that mountain of repetitive admin, pre-screening candidates against set criteria, scheduling interviews automatically, handling those routine employee questions instantly via a portal or chat.
And that kind of relief has got to be critical right now. Thinking about the labor shortages across Canada, healthcare, skilled trades. Finding people is tough.
It's incredibly relevant. Any tool that can realistically cut your hiring cycle time from, say, weeks down to just days, that's not just efficiency, that's strategic. It frees up your HR professionals to focus on the human, stuff culture, retention, talent development, the things that actually need their expertise.
Yeah, makes sense. And while we're on internal resources, what about that knowledge that gets stuck? Tribal knowledge, the stuff only Janice in accounting knows, or that's buried on some old server.
Where do we put that problem? AI agents can essentially become your institutional memory. You can feed them decades of documents, policies, manuals, even old meeting notes or transcripts. Then, when someone has a complex question about a legacy system or an old project, the agent can find and surface that exact piece of information instantly.
So it's like having that super knowledgeable colleague, the one who remembers everything.
Right.
But they're available 24/7, never go on vacation, and work across all departments.
That's a perfect way to put it. It stops crucial knowledge walking out the door when someone retires or leaves. It makes critical information accessible to everyone, speeding up decision-making.
Okay, so we've painted a pretty compelling picture of why agents are useful, where they can provide that competitive edge. But for someone listening now, the big question is probably, okay, great, but where on earth do I start?
We need a practical path, right? An opportunity audit. Yes, absolutely critical. You can't just, sprinkle AI dust everywhere and hope for the best. That's how projects fail and budgets get wasted. We need a structured way to find the real game changers, not just the nice-to-have experiments.
All right, let's walk through this roadmap. The sources laid out about 6 key steps. Step 1, they called it the Groundhog Day test.
Yeah, it's simple but effective. You literally ask, what tasks are your teams doing over and over and over again? The same emails, same data entry patterns, same customer query flow, day in, day out. If it feels repetitive, like they could do it blindfolded, that's prime territory. Low-hanging fruit for an AI agent, guaranteed efficiency gains there.
Okay, makes sense. Step 2, be a bottleneck detective.
Right. Look at your workflows. Where do things consistently grind to a halt? Does legal take 3 days to approve a standard NDA? Do sales leads sit for 48 hours before anyone qualifies them? Do employees wait a week for a simple HR answer? Those bottlenecks are pain points. They cost money. They hurt morale. Fixing those with an agent gives you high impact.
Got it. Step 3 moves up the chain, focusing on leadership concerns. The what keeps you up at night question.
Exactly. Think big picture here. What are the major risks or anxieties for the C-suite? Is it the fear of a huge compliance fine? Losing market share because competitors are faster? Is key staff burning out on mind-numbing tasks? Aim the AI solution at solving those significant strategic problems first. Don't just chase minor efficiencies.
And step 4, this feels crucial for getting buy-in. The show me the money calculation needs to be specific, right?
Oh, absolutely essential. No vague promises allowed. You have to quantify the expected value. What's the actual dollar saving from cutting customer service calls by, say, 40%? What's the projected revenue lift if you respond to every lead within 5 minutes? You need hard numbers, cost savings, revenue gain, risk reduction value tied to the proposed project.
Okay. Then step 5 is a dose of realism. The tech reality check.
Yeah, gotta be honest here. Before you bring in your digital employees, you need to make sure their office is in order. If your current systems are fragmented, if your CRM is ancient, if your data is a mess, basically, if your tech infrastructure is held together with digital duct tape, you might need to clean that up first. AI agents need a solid foundation, good data to work with. It's non-negotiable.
Right, foundation first. And the final step, step 6, is about getting started smart. The start small, win big strategy.
Please don't try to boil the ocean. Don't launch a massive company-wide AI transformation project on day one. It's too risky, too slow, too likely to fail. Instead, pick one specific, measurable, visible area, maybe lead qualification times, or internal IT help desk tickets, or customer service first response speed. Pilot the agent there for, say, 3 months, measure everything you quantified back in step 4, get the data, prove the value. Then you have the evidence and the confidence to scale it up.
Okay, that roadmap makes a lot of sense. So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, the business leader listening? This AI agent revolution. It's not some future sci-fi thing. It's happening now. Your competitors, they're likely already using these tools.
Yeah, they're serving customers faster, running leaner operations, maybe locking down their compliance more tightly because of this. What really comes through from the sources is that AI agents have shifted from being a nice-to-have experiment to, frankly, a competitive necessity. They handle the workload that frees up your best assets, your people, to do the innovative, creative, relationship-driven work that truly differentiates you.
Your future self, your customers, and yeah, definitely your competitors.
Yeah.
They're going to notice the difference pretty soon. So the final question the source material really leaves us with is this. Are you going to be leading this shift in your industry, using this kind of roadmap to get ahead? Or will you find yourself scrambling to catch up later?